want to make sure that everything is nice and perfect and everything is nice and safe. And to do that, I need to change these bits. That's how it looks all blown, and this is how it looks, the replacement one. That's going back into the car. Take a look at that bad boy. But the theory actually worked out. I've got 2 functioning keys. Guys, let's get the car wrapped. We're in the car, we're going on a proper test drive. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode from Salvage Nation. If you're new to the channel, my name is D, and what I do is I get damaged cars, I fix them up, we get them back on the road, and I keep you entertained. Well, I think I do, but you let me know what you think. And if that's the kind of content that you like, please consider subscribing to the channel. Anyway, today we're back on the W205, and as you can see, that's not too well, that's all busted, that's all broken. So we will be sorting that later on in this episode. We'll be sorting a few other bits and bobs as well before we start the bodywork process. We're gonna be doing so much. But if you remember in the last episode, I was telling you about a way that I'm gonna save my broken key. Now, if you remember, when I brought this car, when I brought the car, I was given this key from Copart, and if you follow the build, I managed to track down the previous owner and I got the spare key, and that's what I used to start the car at the moment. The original key was broken at the tip, and I found that out, and that's the reason why the car weren't starting. Now, I've got 2 packages. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I've got 2 packages in the post that can potentially save 500 quid at the dealers. Now, this car has got keyless entry, and this is what I was excited about. I picked up this button. Apparently you can buy these start-stop buttons for the Mercedes cars that's got keyless entry. This costs £39 from Mercedes in Stratford, and I was able to pick this up, and if it all works, I should be able to just pop it into the key slot. I'll show you all of that. Pop it into the key slot, and I should be able to use my broken key because the car still recognizes that key and it still unlocks the car, and the keyless entry and everything still works. It still detects the key as one of its keys. So in theory, that should give me the ability to use that key to get in and out of the car, lock it, unlock it, and also start the engine with the help of this little button. If that works, I don't want to walk around with the key like that. So then that brings me to my next package, which is a housing. So I'm going to be opening up my old key and putting that mechanism into this new key housing. Let me get the key housing and show it to you. So have a look at that, guys. Bought it brand new, and it's got the little Mercedes badge right there, and all I need to do is open up my original key, take the mechanisms out, and find a way of putting it into this new housing, and I should in theory have 2 working keys. Once everything's installed, I'm going to be swapping out all of these blown seat belts, airbags, what's not. That way the car will be fully functional, and then we'll get it on the roads. I want to give it a good test drive, and hopefully after, once we've got enough time, we'll come back and start prepping for paint. Alright guys, so the button has been installed right there, and with that installed, I should just be able to press it and I should get ignition with the keys in the car. So press it once, and there you go, I've got ignition. So guys, so far so good. Now, once I press the brake and hit that same button, the car should start. So let's see. Happy days. Before I get too excited though, remember I've got 1 good key and 1 slightly not so good key. So I'm gonna take 1 key, toss it over there somewhere where the car can't detect it, and I wanna see if my broken key's working. So, switch the car off. Listen, if you guys knew about this button thing, I didn't know, so I'm happy. But if you knew, let me know in the comments down below. And if you didn't know, also let me know in the comments down below. And if you wanna do it to your car, just head down to Mercedes, just tell them you want to get a stop-start button, buy it and slot it in. And if your car's got keyless entry, it will work. Check it out. Right, so I want to separate these. The quickest way to do that is just take the blade out. So with the keys separated, I'm going to try each key one by one. So good key is in the car, bad key I'll leave there. Good keys in the car, and the good key starts. Spot on. Okay, broken key. Leave the key right there, see what happens. Key not detected. What is going on here? Let's check those batteries. Battery's out. Now the battery's in. Happy days, there it is. That's it with the broken key. Spot on. Guys, with that sorted, I'll be putting the inners from this key into my new key case. But I can do that off camera. If any of you guys want to see it, do let me know, but I can do that off camera. So guys, there you have it. The theory actually worked. I can't believe it, but the theory actually worked out. I've got 2 functioning keys. I paid £40 for the button from Mercedes Direct, and I paid about 11 quid for the housing, so 50 quid, and I've saved myself £450. So that is the result. Let's get the car down to the garage, start to remove all those blown airbags, seat belts and what's not, get everything buckled up, get everything safe, make sure that the car is fully functioning, and then we're gonna take the car out for a test drive. So guys, we've just gotten back down to the garage. As soon as I got here, I went ahead and I swapped out all the inners for the old key and put it into this key, and have a look. Press the button, it worked. And just to show you we're not even playing any games, here is the spare key that I got. This is the replacement key. You can see how new and fresh and nice it looks, and check it out. So actually, I'll show you the keyless entry is now working with that key. It always was. It's saying to change the batteries because I believe that this was the daily key that the previous owner used, so it's probably a bit flat. But anyway, this is the only key that's in the car. There's the other key out there, and with my button as well. Press the button, press the brakes, and there we go. There we go. You don't always have to spend a lot of money, guys. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. Let's continue. Alrighty guys, so we've got the car in the garage and it's actually the next day. We got so much done yesterday and now I've got 2 functioning keys as you've just seen. But I want to take this car home. I want to drive it home tonight. I want to test it out, see how it feels. But to do that, I need to make sure that that airbag light is off. I want to make sure that everything is nice and perfect and everything is nice and safe. And to do that, I need to change these bits. Have a look right here. These are the 2 bonnet poppers. When I put the car on the diagnostics, it's saying that the 2 bonnet poppers that are on the car at the moment, they're gone. So we got 2 new ones. I've got a driving side curtain airbag. As you can see, that's completely blown. I don't need to test for that. And I thought I needed to change all 4 seat belts. I've actually got 4 seat belts for the car. If you remember when I got the front end, it also came with 4 seat belts as well. But when I put the car on the diagnostics, it's only saying that I need to replace the 2 rears. So 1 and 2, those are the 2 rear seat belts. I'm gonna leave the front seat belts in for now, and then once I've changed everything, I'm gonna put it on the diagnostic again and see what it's saying. But I've got the 2 replacements just in case. In this box is the control arms. If you remember in the first episode, on the driving side over there, one of the control arms is slightly damaged. It's still working and the car is driving in and out the garage, but to be safe, I went and got a replacement from good old eBay. And hopefully, once I fit all of these things, the car should be 100% safe to drive, and I'll be driving it home, testing it out, seeing how everything's working, and then hopefully, once everything goes well, we can start to prep for paint in the next episode. But for now, let's go ahead and get all of these bits on the car. Alright guys, so finally I've got this bad boy out. That took a lot longer and it was a lot more difficult than it actually looked. And that is because the clips that Mercedes use, if you've ever removed one of these, I've worked with these in the past, they are notorious. These clips right here, I don't know if it's gonna focus, there it is. These clips, that's all you've got to play with. You've got to find the little tiny little head, and yeah, it's just hard work. Have a look at that. Right there, you have to push that little section right there. But anyway, that's out. That's how it looks all blown, and this is how it looks, the replacement one. That's going back into the car. And as you've seen just now, to remove this, I had to remove the back panels, and whilst I was there, I just went ahead and I've changed that rear seat belt on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and fit these, fit the seat belts, and then I'm gonna catch you guys once it's all done and show you what it looks like, and then hopefully I can put it on the diagnostic tool, and hopefully I've got no issues. So I'll catch you when everything's back in the car. So guys, it's all good news. As you've just seen, I swapped out the rear seat belts. They were locked up, completely gone. I also went ahead and I changed the bonnet poppers and... Guys, he's in a rush, he's in a rush. I want to tell you guys what I've done, but he wants to continue. Let me continue. I also changed that curtain airbag. Listen, I'll change a dashboard, I'll change anything else on a car except for the curtain airbags on a Mercedes. They're notoriously difficult because of the type of clips that they use. Anyway, we got it done. And lastly, I've just gone ahead and I've cleared everything with the diagnostic tool. Check it out. I'm not even editing any of that out. This guy, he's... Anyway, check it out, guys. Now when you switch the car on, we've got no more airbag lights, we've got no more lights, everything is fine, so I'm happy with that.
Some noise at the end.
Right there, AQ's waiting, and the last thing we need to do is, in this box is the control arms. We're gonna change the control arms, get that onto the car, and 100% we're getting this car out because I'm driving it home. So let's continue with that. Take a look at that bad boy. So that. Guys, let's get the car wrapped. So guys, we're in the car, we're going on a proper test drive, we're on the high street. I'm going to be taking it on a dual carriageway, getting it up to speed. This is the most exciting and most worrying part of any build, but I'm hoping that it performs. I've double checked all my bolts, I've double checked everything is in place, solid. I'm not expecting any issues, but I'm happy. Tell me what you think of this build so far. We've come a massive way. I'm getting a lot of looks, everyone's watching. You know, I've got like a black car with a white bonnet and a white bumper, but who cares? I might be driving around looking like Free Willy, but it feels damn good, I'm telling you that right now. Another thing as well is the diesel is a bit old in the car because the car's been sat for a while. So I'll stop off and fill up the tank as well. But guys, just sit back, enjoy, and I'm gonna feed back any kind of issues that I'm having. So guys, I've been driving for about half an hour now. I don't know if you can hear that. There's an annoying squeak coming from the engine bay somewhere. It's like plastic. It's definitely not metal, so I'm not overly concerned. But it's plastic rubbing on plastic. It's more annoying, so I can look into that later. But other than that, it's got a slight vibration because it needs tracking. And we knew that because we changed one of the arms. I'm gonna have it tracked once I get back. But other than that, the car is driving. It's driving so good. And I'm excited, I'm happy. This is the part of the build where all your worries are gonna be realized, or it's just gonna be laid to rest and you're just gonna enjoy it. And I'm definitely enjoying it, and it feels so good. You know, my two hands have done this and you guys have supported me with it, so I wanna thank you. Right, I think that's enough testing for today. I'm gonna head back to the garage and then I'm gonna show you a few more bits on the car. So let's get back. So guys, we made it back to the garage. It's actually the next morning. As you've seen just now, I took the car home. My little one, he came out, and my girlfriend, they looked at the car. You know what? I've spent so many late nights in the garage, and it was nice to take it home and show them where all my hard work and labor has been placed over the last few weeks. But anyway, they enjoyed it, I enjoyed it. The car is sound, no issues. The test drive yesterday went really good. We got back, it was quite dark, so I couldn't film. But what I ended up doing is taking the car next door to Helmet and Tires, where we got to the bottom of that vibration that I was telling you guys about. I thought it was the tracking. We got the tracking done. You'll see it on the screen right now. We ended up getting the tracking done because it needed to be done anyway. But I'm now told that I need to get, I think, 2 front discs, because the discs that are on the car at the moment are very scored. So it's causing the vibration when you press the brake. But guys, that is all very minor stuff in the grand scale of things. We're gonna get this car back to 100%, and we can take care of those little bits at some point in the future. This is where we're gonna end this episode. We're gonna take a break from the W205 build. I've got a couple of new builds heading your way. I've got some really exciting videos coming your way, and I've got something up my sleeve. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button and make sure your bells are on so you get a notification every time I post. The next time we catch up on the W205 is gonna be paint, and then that car is gonna be getting a few final touches, and that build is gonna be over. And as soon as that build is over, we're gonna have a brand new build, exciting build, my own personal build. This is not gonna be one that I'm gonna move on. My own personal build is coming to the channel. So guys, this is where we're gonna end it. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, press that like button. So, like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch, or click here to check out this playlist and one of my previous builds. And I'll catch you in the next one. We out.